Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I have for you a 20-minute morning flow to hopefully get you energized and stretched out, ready for your day ahead. We are going to start this practice standing today, so whenever you are ready, roll out your mat, find some space and bring yourself to the back of your mat where we are going to plant our feet firmly into the earth. So we're just going to take a moment to settle into our breath. Relax our body as far as is possible in this standing position. So if we just let the arms rest alongside the legs and the little fingers maybe touching the outside of the thighs. Let the shoulders drop and feel those feet rooting down into the floor. See if we can visualize stacking our body from the crown of the head, resting nicely over the shoulders, which are over the hips, which in turn are over our heels, our ankles here. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. Just getting yourself ready for the day ahead. So this class is going to flow a little bit, by which I mean each movement will lead into another, using our breath to get us there, but just take it as fast or as slow as you feel like doing today. So we're going to start by lifting these arms all the way up over the head, and as we exhale, touch the palms together, draw them down through your center. Bend the knees if you need to, even releasing the hands down the legs as we take them to the floor, and just walk ourselves forward into a plank position, stacking our shoulders over the wrists, squeezing the glutes and the thighs. And if plank is not somewhere that you are happy being, then we can just drop the knees to the earth and come into this half variation of this posture. Whichever position you are in, whether it's knees on the floor or in full plank, see if we can lift those hips up and back and find a downward facing dog. Push the hands away, lift the hips high. So we're looking for length down the spine here, rather than trying to force these heels down towards the earth. From our downward facing dog, we're going to slowly walk the hands back in towards the feet, and with a bend in the knees and even using your hands on your legs if you want to, we draw ourselves back into our mountain pose. Let's do that a few more times. We inhale, we lift the arms. We exhale as we draw the hands down to the center of the body. Bend the knees as much or as little as you need to fold it forward, walking the hands out in front of you. Coming into your variation of plank, keeping those fingers wide on the mat, pulling your belly in, maybe even tapping the knees to the earth here. And then from our plank, we take it back into a lovely stretching downward facing dog. Staying here for a few breaths. Begin to lift our right heel towards the ceiling, and then we draw that knee into the nose, nice little bend here, and drop your right foot to the outside edge of the mat. Now, if you're like me and you haven't quite got that movement to get the foot all the way, then you drop it to the floor and just give it a little helping hand with the back of your arm here, back of your hand, sorry. We can keep that left knee to the floor, or you can come onto the toes of that left foot as we sweep the right arm up to the ceiling. And as we breathe out, so we return the right hand to the floor, step our right foot back into our plank and return to our downward facing dog. We have two sides of the body, so we're going to just repeat that on the opposite side. So we begin by extending that left heel up towards the ceiling. We sweep the knee in towards the nose and we drop that left foot to the floor, maybe giving it a little bit of a helping hand to get it where we want it to go. The right knee can drop to the earth, we can lift that left arm, or we can stay high on the toes of our right foot. Sweeping our left hand back down towards the floor, we find our plank position one more time, lifting it into downward facing dog. Little bend in the knees here to give us some propulsion to step our feet to the top of the mat, and when we get there, nice forward fold and lift it up. Use the hands if you need to, there is no shame in that. Reach the arms up and then draw our hands towards our heart. So we find ourselves in a mountain pose, this time at the top of our mat, resting our little fingers alongside the thighs, shuffling the shoulders back and down. Take another deep breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. From our mountain pose, we're going to lift our arms up into this sort of goddess arm position. If I just turn so you can see the position of the arms. So we're squeezing those shoulder blades behind us, drawing the elbows backwards, staying rooted through the feet. So this is our inhale breath. And as we exhale, we're going to bring a bend into the knees and just sweep the arms behind. We inhale, draw it back up, opening those arms. Maybe you can give the glutes a little bit of a squeeze, a little bit of a wake-up call. As we exhale, we bend the knees and draw the arms behind us. Inhale, taking it up. Last time, exhale, taking it down, sweeping those hands behind us. See if we can stay in this, what I like to call a ski jump position, as we transfer the weight into that right foot, draw the hands to the heart and step our left foot back into a high lunge position. So we're on the ball of our left foot. Just staying here as we open our arms out once more into this goddess position. Opening out the heart, expanding through the chest, waking ourselves up today. We can stay on the ball of our left foot, or we can just drop this left heel behind us, working our way into a posture called Warrior One. Releasing the hands now behind the back, interlacing the fingers as we draw the knuckles to the earth, and as we do so, shining that heart forward, maybe even looking up towards the ceiling. Staying here for a couple of breaths, experimenting with maybe drawing the hands away from the body. And on our next inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg. Bring the arms out to shoulder height. Make some adjustments with the feet if you need to. As we drop the left hand behind us, reach that right arm up and come into a little backward bend here. Keep the shoulder away from the ears. As we exhale, drawing the arms back to shoulder height. Keeping those legs straight as we inhale, reaching that body. And as we exhale, rotating over, coming to our triangle pose on this side. Taking our top arm now, just reaching it behind the back. Lots of opening out through the chest, stretching through the body this morning. As we turn our gaze towards our right foot, so we bring a bend into that knee, pushing ourselves up to standing, and then stepping our left foot to meet our right at the top of our mat. Once more, finding our mountain pose. I'm just going to swivel myself around to this side because we're going to do the other leg and I don't want to have my back to you. So again, we are in our mountain pose. We're reaching our arms out to this goddess arm position as we inhale. As we exhale, we sweep the arms behind us. Little ski jump. Inhale, taking it up, opening out. Exhale, down we go into our ski jump. Last time we lift. Exhale. Draw the weight into that left foot now. We take the hands together and we step our right foot back, finding our high lunge. Opening out the arms and maybe even dropping that back foot to our Warrior One posture. The hands reach behind the back, interlacing the fingers, drawing the knuckles to the earth as we open the chest and look up. Just take a little note of your knee, make sure it's not sneaking in towards that big toe, keep it out towards the small toe if we can. Rooting down through the feet and then growing tall from this position. Your next inhale, we straighten that left leg. Bring the arms to shoulder height, shuffle those feet around a little bit as we drop our right hand behind us, reach up with our left and reach behind. Such a nice stretch with the side of the body. Exhale, drawing the arms back to shoulder height. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, rotate over, triangle towards the left. Again, dropping that top arm behind you. Stacking shoulder over shoulder here. As we turn the gaze towards our left foot, we bring a bend into the left knee, push through the feet, and then we step our left foot to meet our right at the top of our mat. From here, we're going to take a wide step back And turn to face the long edge of our mat, all 10 toes facing forward, facing that long edge here. Taking your hands onto the hips, drawing the shoulders back and down once more. We take a breath in, we grow through the front of our body, and as we exhale, we begin to extend through the chest, coming forwards and down, taking the hands onto the mat in front of us. Or if the floor seems like a terribly long way away today, you can have a block or a shoebox or something just to lift the floor up so that you're not straining or hanging in this posture. You are feeling supported. Let your head feel heavy. Begin to notice where your weight is, feeling the earth underneath your toes as well as your heel, the outside of your feet and the inside. Your hips are over your heels. We're getting that beautiful stretch down the back of our legs. Feeling the blood rushing to our head, giving us a burst of energy, hopefully. And begin to walk our hands around towards the top of our mat, towards our right foot. So we're going to turn on our feet. Take our hands planted on the floor. Step our right foot to meet our left in plank position. Drop the knees to the earth. Send the chest down and the elbows behind us. Drawing ourselves forward and up into this low cobra. And as we exhale, tucking the toes and finding our downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, we're going to walk our feet halfway up the mat. Sink down into a little squat pose. Drop the bottom to the floor. And come into a cross-legged position. I will swivel myself around so that you can see what we are doing in our cross-legged position. Reaching those arms up. And as we exhale, taking our left hand to the earth, reaching that right arm over. Be aware of what this shoulder's doing. We don't want to just sort of hunch up in this posture. We want to find some space and some length in the body, keeping both sit bones glued down towards the floor here. As we breathe in, we reach our left arm to meet our right, and then take that right hand down, reaching over with the left. Nice big breath in, long exhale out. Feel your body relaxing into the posture as you exhale. As we breathe in, so we reach that right arm back up. We're going to come into a little twist now. So we're going to take the right hand onto the left knee and the left hand just to the side or behind. As we breathe in, we root those sit bones and we grow a little bit through our torso. And as we exhale, see if you can imagine all the muscles through your center, around the spine, drawing yourself around towards the left-hand side. And then if you want to, we take another breath in, and as we exhale, use your hands for a little bit of leverage if you want to intensify that twist. Or if you just want to let your muscles, your body do the work without using that extra force, then please do so. It's just where you feel today. Sometimes you feel like you need a little bit of an extra twist, wringing your body out, and other times it's just like, no, let's just see how this goes. As we breathe in, we're going to reach those arms all the way back up, and exhale, dropping down onto the opposite side. So your left hand rests on your right knee. We shrug those shoulders. We grow, and as we breathe out, we see what movement we've got, what natural movement we've got through our centre, before we investigate whether we want to use our hands as a little bit of an extra leverage. Inhale, let's come back to centre now, just resting these hands on our knees. And I'm just going to scoot myself around to the side once more, just so that you can see what's going on. So we're going to uncross the legs and draw the feet out in front of us, so our feet are in line with the hips. Take your hands behind you, fingers can face forwards, backwards to the sides. Try not to collapse into yourself here. Stay lifted through your chest, squeezing your shoulders behind you. And we're going to take our right ankle over our left. Sitting in this hip stretch, seated pigeon pose, flexing that right foot as though you're pushing the sole of your foot against a wall. And just dropping your right knee out to the side here. Really lovely stretch for the hip. Now, if this is far too intense, we are going to inch our left foot forward a little bit so the leg becomes flatter towards the floor. This just takes the intensity out of the stretch, and you can just experiment with how you are feeling today as to where you want to be. Obviously, if it gets a little too intense, you'll notice you'll come into this position. So that's always a useful guide to know that you need to maybe ease off. Let's drop that right foot to the floor and take our left foot over. One side of the body always feels different to the other. So this might be a little bit tighter, might be looser. You might want to inch the foot forward or even draw it closer in towards you. I think this is a good place for me today. So again, just letting that left knee fall down, fall out to the side, fall down a little bit here. Excellent. And then all we are going to do from this position is return back to our cross-leg posture. Now, if you're anything like me, your legs will automatically cross the same way. Like my left foot always seems to go in front of my right. So just to mix things up a little bit, see if you can cross your legs the opposite way. If sitting cross-legged isn't for you, then please find any comfortable seated posture. Just to finish our class with this morning, let's rest our hands on our knees, palms facing up, just closing our eyes, only for a breath or two, just to give ourselves a little bit of time before we continue with our day. Take a deep breath in through the nose and see if we can expel the air through the nose for the same amount of time, finding that equal breath, breathing in and breathing out, finding a little bit of stillness. And if at any point during the day you find things getting on top of you, take a moment, sit in the chair, sit on the floor, close your eyes, just take 5 breaths. That's all you need, just to reset your mind before you carry on. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that wake up stretch. And remember, please do subscribe to my channel, or give me a little thumbs up, like, or comment below if there's anything that you would like to ask me. And I look forward very much to seeing you on the mat again soon. Thank you.